Kapitel 17. Meine Suche ist fast vorbei. Von Vincent van Gogh kam Greetings Ado Berdingsen.
Within hours we received signals from the robots from all over the rest of the planet. Every one of them more than happy to discuss peace terms. I think this was the happiest time of my life. Within days, representatives of the surviving robots and humans from all over the world turned up to help organize the formal peace talks. So, you have achieved peace, said the man in black. Well done indeed. The old lady was obviously surprised. I didn't realize you had survived. Where on earth are you? Would it surprise you, continued the man in black, if I told you we were in fact not on Earth, but on the moon? I knew it, interrupted Mr. Preston. Secret space, Black Ops, bases on the moon. It's all true? Yes, explained the man in black. When the war was all but lost, as a precautionary measure, the great and the good strategically repositioned to the moon. And now we've saved the day, interrupted Heather. You want to come back and take all the glory? No, not at all, young lady. We would like you all to join us on the moon. We'll send a shuttle. That way you can help us plan the new renaissance for the planet. Once we were in the air, and the shuttle was on its automatic course, the pilot came back to the cabin to see how we were doing. Everyone agreed they were okay, although Mr. Preston was surprised that a secret government spaceship was, as he put it, a piece of junk. Watch your mouth, kid, or you'll find yourself floating home, said the pilot. Sorry, I always wanted to say that. Suddenly his expression changed, as he was interrupted by a loud alarm. Everyone buckle up, he shouted as he ran back to the cockpit. A fuel line has ruptured, things are going to get a bit hairy. Alice was deep in prayer, while Sim tried to explain the crash position to Heather, the old lady and everyone else. Not that Mr. Logan was listening as he jumped to his feet and attempted to extinguish a fire with his jacket. Barry, said Mr. Preston with a terrified look on his face, if we don't make it out of this, I want you to know something. I took the money. Mr. Silton looked incredibly angry as Mr. Preston went on to explain how he had double-crossed their associates and taken the money from the post office robbery. What? Asked Mr. Silton. You told me you'd lost it. I told them we'd lost it. They beat you up trying to get it back. What did you even spend it on? Drugs, said Mr. Preston with a shrug. This made Mr. Silton start to shout uncontrollably about the stolen money, and Mr. Preston being a thief, when, for some reason, Mr. Preston said, yeah, and you're a proper c***, which just made Mr. Silton even more angry. It was soon obvious things were not going to get any better, so I ran to the cockpit. I could barely get out the words, "Can I help?" before the pilot said, "Open the airlock, run along the wing to the underside, open panel 322, take the extinguisher and put the fires out." I was shocked how calm he was, but he just smiled and saluted.
Okay, weiter geht's hier, meine Damen und Herren, weiter geht's. Was ist los? Okay, da oben haben wir eine Zeitangabe, die sagt wohl, in der Zeit muss ich es schaffen oder überleben in der Zeit. Geh mal hier lang. Unterm Shuttle. Ach, guck mal da. Wir müssen löschen, löschen. Das Raumschiff, es zerstört sich sonst. Wir müssen löschen, löschen. Oh lol. Sagen kommt nicht in Frage. Das stimmt. Ja. Oh. So, jetzt aber ja. So, das ist ja alles easy. Ja, auch easy. Jawohl. Oh, ich brauche mich gar nicht bewegen. Das geht auch wohl. Miau. Miau.
After everyone had regained their composure, and I was sure we were safe, I suddenly became aware that we were actually on the moon. It was as amazing as you would imagine. Everyone had to wear special suits due to the lack of oxygen. But, not needing to breathe, I was fine without one. Heather took lots of photos and even set up a tripod to get one of everyone with the Earth behind us. Soon though, the pilot explained that we had crashed just outside of the base, and, as his radio was damaged, we would have to find our own way inside. "Don't worry," said the old lady, "we know someone who's very good at finding ways inside."
Okay, weiter geht's hier. Wir wollen da rein. Also mal gucken, wie wir da durchkommen. Lol. Keine Schwerkraft. Da springt man einfach so rüber. No problem. So, kommt Genas. Komm, Kinders. Ui. Ui. Das ist irgendwie diese Schwierigkeitsgrad, ne? Von hier oben auf einmal hier unten.
I don't know why, but for some reason, whilst I was inside these vents, my shoes refused to stick to anything.
Ah ja. Jetzt ist Rätseln angesagt.
This was very strange. Everything almost looked like they were stage props.
Wir gehen mal hier oben rein. Und da oben raus. Und wir da raus. Und wir da raus. Und wir da raus. Okay. Bringen wir mal da hoch. Okay, hier ist schon mal ein Knöpfchen. Ah, guck mal, jetzt. Aber wir müssen, genau, hier. Nein, das war falsch. Dann gehen wir in den anderen. Ganz rechts waren wir gar nicht, ne? Da, ganz rechts waren wir gar nicht.
We were warmly greeted by the man in black and his friends. Before they whisked us away to show us the rest of the base. Although the buildings were clearly for military use, we walked through huge hallways and galleries. They really were the types of rooms you would expect to see in a 5-star hotel or a beautiful palace. "I'm sorry your husband couldn't be here," said the man in black. "Yes," said the old lady with a smile, "I'm sure he would have enjoyed the adventure." Heather and Preston were just excited to be on the moon. But the scientists were confused as to why we were invited. "Yes, why are we here?" said the French doctor. "Surely it wasn't merely to see your extravagant moon base." The man in black explained that once the war had escalated, he and his associates had tactically relocated to the moon. "What associates? You and your billionaire mates," said Mr. Preston. "See, I told you, the Black Knight satellite, moon bases, JFK, it's all true." But Mr. Silton called him a and told him to f off. "Well, if you're going to keep a civilization alive, it's going to need its leaders," said the man in black. "Come now, let me show you some more." We walked along tall metal gantries and through to another cavernous gallery. Its classical architecture made it look like some kind of grand museum. The man in black explained that when they had landed on the moon, they had crashed even worse than we did, and that they lost many valuable passengers. He was quiet for a moment, then he composed himself and continued. He explained that the only other shuttles they had were the one we arrived in and the small automated rocket that took their irradiated material out into space. Sim was impressed. "So, nuclear-powered then?" he said with a knowing smile. "Yes indeed," replied the man in black as he explained that the entire base was capable of containing a small country. Mr. Deck was also clearly impressed and said, "I don't suppose you need a butler?" "Well, we used to have servant robots," said the man in black as he turned to me. He explained that. Now, I was the only robot on the moon after they had all the others removed. "Come now," he said with a smile. "You must all be tired. Let me show you to your rooms." I shared a room with Heather. It wasn't exactly nice, but at least the bunk beds were exciting. Heather had fallen asleep by the time I'd looked around. After all, just like the man in black had said, we were all very tired.
Kapitel 18. Zum Mond. Und noch viel weiter. Aber erstmal träumen wir wieder. Oh, wir werden nochmal schneller. Eine haben wir verpasst, und nun? Nein, ich will den.
It was difficult to tell, but it was the morning. I think the classical music was supposed to help.
Spielen die Final Fantasy?
But Heather and I had already been up for ages playing video games. Soon, everyone had gathered together. However, Mr. Silton still wasn't talking to Mr. Preston, who had again called him a proper cunt. But the man in black suggested everyone wore their best clothes, as we were going on a tour of the base. There were hundreds if not thousands of troops, all training on various assault courses. Eventually we made our way through to yet another ground room. It almost looked like a theatre with rows of plush seating, but where the stage would be was a large assault course. Everyone, please take a seat, said the man in black. Not you, robot, you can come up here with me. As I joined the man in black on the stage area, the room filled up with more and more important looking people. The man in black gestured with the exaggerated movements of a circus master. Gentlemen and ladies, he continued, let's see what this little fellow can do. Please, he said as he turned to me, make your way from one end of the room to the other.
Muss ich jetzt was machen? Okay, da komme ich doch gar nicht lang. Ach ja, lol, stimmt. Die Schwerkraft hat sich ja geändert. Ich kann ja viel höher springen jetzt. Oh, scheiße. Schade, ich dachte, das klappt. Nein! Und jetzt Sprung! Oh, die ganzen Lasers. Ah, haben Zentimeter gefehlt. Aber die Mucke ist cool. Hui! Wow, schade. Wow, hallo. Ja! Der war eigentlich schon fertig, aber nö. Ich wollte nur die Mucke noch ein bisschen länger hören. Die Mucke ist echt geil. Oh lol, ich bin so Was geht auch rein? Oh. Hui! Hui! Eigentlich haben wir das Level ja schon fertig, aber nö, dieses kleine Laser-Ding, das musste ja nochmal zum Schluss. Da, dieses Ding hat mich auch vorhin gekillt, dieses einzelne Ding da. Hey Leute!
Yes. Very impressive how it gives the illusion of thinking for itself, said the man in black as he instructed the garage to restructure the room. Please, he said again, make your way from one end of the room to the other.
So, jetzt müssen wir hier durchfallen. Das war gut. Da dürfen wir nicht durchfallen. Aber hier dürfen wir rüber. Was uns was bringt? Hä? Na lol. Da habe ich diesen einen aktiviert. Aber was ich cool finde ist, wenn die ganzen Laser da gleich angehen. Aber was sollen wir da auf der anderen Seite? Ist hier eine Tür oder so? Hier ist doch gar nichts. Ah, lol. Ich weiß, hier zurückspringen. Hier. Nein! War ich jetzt gerade etwas unkonzentriert? So, hier rüber. Warten. Alle aktivieren. Hier wieder. Upsa. Alle hops hoch. Zack. Aktivieren, aktivieren, aktivieren. Easy gemacht hier. So. Einmal so. Einmal so. Dann kriege ich alles ganz easy. Ah, warte, warte. So. Und jetzt. 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 Oh. Zack. 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 Moin. Ich komme. Hallo.
Even if we had more obstacles, he said, this unit has the thought capacity to overcome them.
Bravo.
I didn't like how he talked about me, like I was a thing, rather than a person. But I was too embarrassed to say anything. Please, he said again, you know what to do. The other end of the room. In your own time.
Oder?